Hi, I'm Mugilan, co-founder of Skylark drones. So we are both a drone and a data company. So because the value what we provide is the data from the drone, not just the drone by itself. So let's go. So this is a drone landscape currently in the world. So we have multicopters, mini UAVs, and say military grade UAVs around. So these are tech specs of it. You can see the tech specs widely vary. Okay, from say 15 acres coverage to about 1 square kilometer coverage to about anywhere to 200 square kilometers. Drones can go wide spaces, right? So this is analogous to helicopters, A320s, Boeing 777s, and F-16. The idea is there's a lot. Each of these drones have specific use cases. The helicopters and the multicopters are basically used by the hobbyists, and mini UAVs used by insurance companies and things like that. So the multicopters are who wants the multicopter are basically the consumers and the hobbyists, and the mini UAVs are used by the agriculture companies and insurance companies, and even infrastructure companies want them. This is where we want to start, not because that's just we want to start here, because we have basically mastered the multicopter space. We have supplied drones to the Indian Army, night vision drones to the Indian Army, which are multicopter, and also partnered with the Bangalore police for the Brigade Road for surveillance purposes. So multicopters has their own unique use cases. So now what we are targeting right now is in the mini UAV space, where we are talking with top insurance companies and top infrastructure companies, so that we can use our drones for providing data, meaningful data. So how we build our drones is basically using a unique architecture. This is a 4-layer architecture I talk about: the flight subsystem, the application subsystem, and data subsystem. The idea is the application subsystem and data subsystem are going to be independent of the drone itself. So ideally what we are looking at is, no matter what kind of drone comes into the future, our application subsystem and data subsystem can be plugged in to them as well. So this is about our drone architecture. That's how we're going to build out our system. So what we feel is that now we spoke so much about the drones. So let's go to the value. That's the data from the drone by itself. We feel that the UAV photogrammetry or drone photogrammetry is literally going to replace conventional forms of surveying and conventional form of acquisition of data in the long run. So that's simply because of the fact that satellite data, what is being used right now, is about 100 kilometers high, and the error is anywhere between 1.5 to 3 meters. The other way of doing things is manual. The manual way of any scouting and things like that is going to take you about 10 days, and the errors, human errors and factors, about 30 to 50 centimeters anyway. So the ideal way of going forward, technology moving forward, is by using drones. Data from drones. So the data from drones is basically you can cover 250 acres in just about an hour, and we are talking about large areas of land can be covered pretty easily by using drones. Okay. So the error what we are talking about is less than 30 centimeters, and we are looking at GSDs of 3 centimeters per pixel, which is very good compared to any other methods. So how this entire thing spans out is this way. So we have our drone, and it's going to survey our land, and basically we port all our data to a local processing system or the cloud. So we are in talks with major private cloud players, and who want to use our drones and our hardware so that they can provide meaningful solutions to their clients. And we also use our local servers to process data, which will be used for other clients, service providers as well. So we go both approaches. We even use the cloud for our own, partner with cloud for many product companies which exist, IT solutions companies which exist right now. So our roadmap is going to be pretty straightforward. We have our own milestones where we are going to do proof of concepts in many of the companies, such as infrastructure and insurance. We are already in talks with, say, two of the largest infrastructure companies in India, and we are in talks with the largest insurance company in India as well. Going forward, we'll be doing POCs in agriculture and oil and gas also. So these are the multiple use cases where drones provide, and the data which is going to be provided is going to help industries basically get data and get solutions which can improve their businesses in the long run. We go to market in about with a price point and a strategy in about 18 months. So that's be our thing. The investment we are looking for right now is for 2 years is about 2.6 crores, and the majority of it will go in hiring the right team and the right talent, and 17% of it will go into the technology program, which is basically developing the drones and the application subsystem and data subsystem by itself. So the team is me, Mugilan. I have finished my master's in aerospace, and my co-founder Mrinal. So far we have won the NASA Systems Award for the best systems engineering used in designing and development of drones. And we have our mentors who are project director of Nishant UAV. We have a mentor in ISRO, and we have Mr. Vineet also. And this is one of our prototypes what we built. Oh, sorry, it's not. Do I press it? Okay, something's wrong with it. Okay, just press it now. Okay, that's one of our prototypes, and you can see that the land here is something what we surveyed. Anyway, we'll show it offline. So, can you go to the next slide? I just want to describe the next slide. Yeah. So this is the value that we provide to all these infrastructure companies. Here, what we see here is the data produced by the drones. Is that we can measure every single area of that particular land. What you see right there, that's 3.5 acres of land, and we can accurately tell what is the road length, what is the area of the land, which is there is 290 meters, and we can even measure the volumes of any of the pits and storage for houses, anything which can be measured out of land is what we can provide you with. And this also comes with a 3D map. So 3D map basically, unfortunately we couldn't play that, but it comes with a complete map where you can see the heights and even what to say. I'm unable to describe it, but it comes in a big animation where a person can literally walk through the particular land before even seeing it for the first time. This can be extended to buildings, can be extended to chimneys, can be extended to a large variety of industries, including mining, where they want to have stockpile information at any point of time. Yeah. So that, and we have so far built 9 to 10 drones. So that is this thing. Can you, Mohsin, can you please? Okay, sorry for this. I just want to show you the video. Yeah. So this is the 3D animation I was talking about. There's a small pit in the animation, what you can see there. We can even measure the volume of that small pit to tell how much landfill can go inside that pit. And this is the output what you can get out of a drone. So that's the pit I was talking about. This can be used for any sort of town planning in the future. So this is 3.5 acres of land, and we are looking to cover about 250 acres of land in about an hour. So the value is tremendous in that per se. We can do both. We can do both. We can do images and video. Yeah. I couldn't.
Compress the data?
Yeah, sorry.
Do you compress the data on this, or how do you work on this? Because
Yeah.
you will create tons and tons of data.
Yeah. So we store the data and we post-process it and then get whatever the client wants. So we can get orthomosaics, we can get meaningful like say measurement data and things like that. So lot of data can be provided based on what the client actually wants.
So it's stored on board?
It's stored on board, yes. But we can extend it to any other purposes.
Because you had a diagram architecture which was saying that cloud image processing and
Yeah.
so is this doing real-time upload or what?
We can extend it to real-time uploads. So currently we do it. Currently we store it on the drone by itself. But in the future, our data subsystems can have a Wi-Fi module where it will be directly uploaded to the cloud.
The architecture is such that we can extend it to real time.
Can I track where the drone is? So let's say I have a GIS and
Yes, definitely. That's one of our milestones, sir. So we want to track exactly where our drones are at any point of time also.
Not just real time and it's live, even otherwise anyone is connecting our drone somewhere, we get a monitor that our drones are flying here, flying there.
what's the cost of this drone manufacture?
So the bill of materials is around 2,50,000. That is bill of materials, but the technology span out will definitely be more. So we have to develop technology that way.
I have a lot of questions. First question is, there has been a DGCA circular in October.
Yes.
So after that, how are you planning to?
Yeah, correct.
have
So
your services?
yeah, correct. So the idea is, so far the rest of the world, the FAA has released draft regulations already, and DGCA has so far promised that the regulations will be out in about 2 months. They're working on regulations. We believe that by the end of the year, things will be a bit more concrete. Anyway, we are looking at like going directly to DGCA and helping them frame the regulations as well. So that's what we want to do in the future.
Because they are very hazy, what they have released as a circular. So
That's very hazy, sir. Yes.
Others, I got partial answer to one thing. You are also having fixed wings, but what are the endurance timing?
Yeah, the endurance time is anywhere between 1 hour to 1.5 hours. So that is what we are looking at.
Okay, and though I don't think you will tell me who two infrastructure companies you are talking to.
Okay.
But what kind of infrastructure surveillance you are planning to do for them?
Okay, so the idea is most of these infrastructure companies we're talking to are looking at getting, say, large amount of data. I'm talking about mining companies and things like that. They want to have large amount of orthomosaics and they want to have a survey data, which is currently they are doing manually. So currently satellite data is people have given up. So they are looking at manually going with so much manpower and using that. So we are looking at completely replacing the technology. Instead of people going manual, we go with our drone and we do the survey in about 1 to 2 hours and we come back. And we do that. So the infrastructure company are basically looking at that particular data point.
Okay, so then the next question that other than the mosaicing and so-called digital terrain mapping, what are the other applications you are looking, because there can be so many other kind of surveillances, right?
Yeah. So
is
there
this
can,
the only
yeah,
thing,
no,
photogrammetry, terrain
no,
and
we
stuff
want,
like
no, point
or
being,
something else?
yeah, so ideally these are the things we are starting with, but in the future there's NDVI mapping for agriculture where people want to have crop insurance and things like that. We are already talking with an insurance company who wants to do crop insurance based on drone data. So NDVI map is one of them. Then we are talking about in case of oil and gas pipelines, we are talking about whether gas leakages happen and things like that. So there are lot of scope. We are starting with few of the applications. So that's why we want to take 18 months time to map out all the applications and map out, develop application softwares and application hardware to get into each of these.
Okay, and currently what are the, other than camera, what are the sensors you have integrated? I mean, is it still camera only?
No, it is not only camera, but there are many sensors what you are working with. So it's not camera is.
GPS?
Yeah, there's GPS. There embedded wise, there are a lot of sensors which go on board.
Yeah, there would be a set for navigation, that
Yeah.
apart, video, etc. But something like GPS,
Yeah.
etc. you have.
Yeah. So
Geotagging images that we capture, so an external GPS that geotagging.
Yeah, it has to be
Other
external.
than that,
Yeah.
looking at LiDAR and multi-circle imagery, not just visual imagery.
Yeah, because for something like NVIDIA, you need to have infrared
yeah, correct,
images.
correct. So all the associated things will fall into place.
We are having like interchangeable payload capabilities. So the same drone can have different payloads that can have interoperable systems. This can have different applications.
So we're building it in such a way that no matter whether a drone is there or any other mobile system is there, our systems are going to be used in any cases.
So in the application subsystem, the so-called custom built software,
Yeah.
are you doing them in-house or are you outsourcing?
No, so we are currently doing that in-house. So we are building a custom stuff inside.
Okay.
Just one question.
Yeah.
What is your coverage rate? I don't know whether you covered that already.
I can't hear it. Sorry.
What is your coverage rate? So per hour, how many square kilometers can you cover?
So per hour we can, like, 250 acres is what we can cover. 250 acres, I'm not sure in kilometers. How much is in kilometers? 0.8. It's 0.8 square kilometers.
So per day?
Per hour.
So per day, I mean,
Per day, I mean, we can definitely have a different propulsion system. I mean, we can extend the propulsion system to go more than an hour, or we can even charge. I mean, we can charge in our propulsion, our batteries are there. We charge the batteries and we can again fly it for next 1 hour, next 2 hours, next 3 hours.
Multiple drones flying, you can monitor them.
Yeah.
You can cover our status that we have.
Yeah, I have similar questions. What's the core competence of the team, and in which direction do you think you need to expand? Is it on the aerospace side? Is it on the data, the application and analytics side? How do you think the team needs to be scaled as you go into the business?
So currently we are looking at developing a technology team. Technology team is our team. What we have mapped out there, 50% is going to be more on a technology side. So we need to develop a lot of technology, because we see that the use case will be presenting itself if you have a very strong technology team. So we are going to develop more on a technology side for the first 18 months before we hit the business side.
Drone and the data that we're focusing on.
Yeah.
The first 18 months. Analysis will subsequently come.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it's more on the aeronautical, on the
Yeah,
sensors and other software.
Yeah. It's a mixture of both. It's yeah. So we can't exactly separate out both, but it's going to be a mixture of both, but more focused on the application side of things. Yes.
Because we want to make it drone independent. Anyone's drone has to put the application and the data for the systems on it.
Other questions?
One last question. You talked about image processing. Are these standard image processing which you actually leverage, or are you using a partner technology for feature extraction and things like that?
Yeah. So ideally, currently what we're doing is open source, but in the future, the most image software, we want to develop our own small team which has image processing capability as well, because we feel that data what we are going to collect is there can be a lot of feature extractions which can be done from drone data, unlike any other image processing data. So we need to have that capability of doing the same. So we want to have an image processing capability. We have already in the team perspective, we already have an image processing guy who does it for us. So we are extensively developing that capability.
What is that one thing which you consider as an IP for the whole business?
Yeah.
Because you're trying to do hardware, you're trying to do software, whatever questions you got, you're trying to do every single thing.
No, sorry, we're not trying to do everything that there is. So ideally, one thing what we want to do here is basically develop the application subsystem. That is basically make the drone for a particular application, right? So we want to do that. So that is going to be the IP. So the interoperability comes there. So regardless whether the drone is whether it's going to be our drone or whether it's going to be anybody else's drone, our applications are going to run on that particular drone, and we are going to collect the meaningful data and collect useful data there. That is what we want. That is where the IP is going to be. That's where everything is going to lie out. So the idea is, right now there are no drones in the market which can do such things like this. Okay, so that's where the architecture comes. Such a way we are making our drone interoperable. Such a way, regardless of the drone coming in or regardless of the anything or the drone coming in, our application subsystem is going to be completely independent of it.
So right now there are drones, like people who sell the drones and the application and tell you do whatever you want with it, regardless of the application. But you want to make it application specific and come up with, that's why the POCs are there, to work with the industry and get to know and to work for that. So we are looking at application.
Develop customized software for the RV.
Not exactly customer software, but looking at application.
Because these are two different applications. You see, I've met 6 different drone companies in my last 3 months.
Okay.
One from Anticlan, and Idea Forge, and all these guys. So they have specific focuses, for their drones. One says they are into software for the drones. One says we are a hardware company. With you, I'm confused.
Okay, so with us we are application specific.
Sorry?
The data from the drone.
Okay.
So not which software, all that stuff, but looking at what the drones are used for, and just so that's what ultimately matters what we do.
Thanks.
We have time for one more question. Anybody's interested? Okay.
Thank you.